ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside the Pete Knight Memorial Arena in Crossfield, Alberta this evening. Pack the Pete Purple 2025. Proud to be joined alongside. We've got a bigger show in store this year. Obviously, again, a special night at the rink. We know how exciting, how awesome, and how absolutely memorable it was to be a part of it last year for Pack the Pete. I just want to welcome you back and just maybe take me through a little bit of what you remember last year.
Well, I appreciate the invite, Tyson. Thank you very much. I mean, I remember we started out with a nice little light show to get the thing started. It was great seeing everybody in the purple. They did a fantastic job of packing the Pete Purple. Very eventful hockey game. I remember us trying to do play-by-play, and we couldn't hear each other. It was so loud in here, so we're going to work on that for this year. So it should be an even, like you said, more amazing broadcast, but it should be another fantastic night for sure.
Well, I want to tell you this year's show is a Dolynny TV broadcast, produced and broadcast by Lakeland Streaming Services in association with Riata Creek Scoreboards, and some help from many others will share along with you throughout the night. Patrick, I know tonight we're also going to hear from some of the players throughout the pregame portion, and I'm really looking forward to, again, exactly all the things you mentioned, right? The purple in the crowd, that's obviously the big theme for the night, in support of the Mountain View Emergency Shelter Society, and we know as well we got a big fundraising opportunity here, friends. Right now, I want to make sure we'll have the links and stuff for you, but definitely need to make sure we get out to kind of get everything going for the fundraiser side of things. A big fundraising event is what the Pack the Pete Purple Night is all about. And as well, it's one of those games where it's definitely more than a hockey game. And as you alluded to, that's what we felt last year. So just maybe take me through just the impact that we know that had last year.
Well, I think it's just community, bringing people together, and it transcends the game, right? Like, hockey is an amazing game on its own, but when you add something where you're raising funds, communities coming together for such a special event, for such a special purpose, it just raises the energy level, raises the excitement level for something like this. So, like I said, it was an amazing show last year, but I'm expecting something even much bigger this year.
All right, well, let's get going forward with what's coming up next. Friends, stay tuned here on Dolynny TV as we continue rolling with Pack the Pete Purple 2025. Friends, joined alongside Shay Williamson of the RMAA U15A Renegades. We're getting ready for Pack the Pete Purple 2025, and I just want to go through kind of your excitement level for playing in the game tomorrow night.
I'm excited to play, yeah.
And so you're a goaltender for the team. I just want to ask you, from your perspective, kind of the prep work that the team's put into going to get prepared for tonight's game.
They definitely put in a lot of work with like trying to get plays and stuff down and stuff like that.
So when it comes to Pack the Pete Purple, obviously it's more than a hockey game. It's a big community event.
Yeah.
What's your excitement level after seeing the success last year to be part of it this year?
I'm excited to be part of like the electric crowd and all that, and especially fundraising for domestic violence and all that.
Awesome. Well, there we go. Jay Williamson, part of the RMAA U15A Renegades. He'll be on the ice tomorrow night. Hey, friends, join alongside Ethan Lima, the U15A RMAA Renegades. I just want to take a moment to appreciate we're back here doing this again live on Dolynny TV this year. I just want to take a moment, kind of where are you at entering the game, the excitement, obviously the opportunity to be a part of something as special as it was last year.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to make people realize that domestic violence is a thing, and we don't want to ignore it because it's a bad thing. And I think it's great how there's people that are suffering from it and can go to a shelter that they can recover from.
That is, of course, the big angle tonight, a big fundraising effort in support of the Mountain View Emergency Shelter Society here in the local area. I just want to take a moment from your perspective entering the game, kind of where your prep level is, and just overall your excitement to play in the game tomorrow night.
Well, I'm excited to play in the game. It's going to be probably pretty packed, I'm guessing, because there's a lot of people to support it, and I'm hoping lots of auctions and donations to raise money for the shelter.
Awesome. Well, that's Ethan Lima, the U15A Renegades. Friends, stay tuned here on the pregame show as we continue to roll along here on Dolynny TV. Join alongside Harlan Tax. Of course, Harlan, you were here at the Pack the Pete Purple game last year for the 2024 edition. Kind of just walk tonight of the Mountain View Emergency Shelter Society's Kirsten's Place. Lost my program here, Patrick. That's unorganized me as it goes. I think, oh yeah, send it up, there you go. We're going to get this one going. All right, Patrick's going to figure this out. Wesley Bosch is number 1 for the Cochrane Rockies friends. Ryland Swan, number 33. Matthew Rothumio wearing number 2. Mason McDougall wearing number 3. Michael Awanishin wearing Well, folks, we're carrying in on the pregame stuff right now. Our apologies for the technical difficulties. Well, I don't know if the Stars want to be seen tonight, it feels like, Patrick, if you catch my drift. Trevor Van Marion and, of course, crew allowing us the use of the Starlink to make this broadcast happen tonight. Obviously, you're dependent on getting access to certain points of the arena. I think we got a good spot now, and we should be ready to rock and roll for the rest of the broadcast. Thanks for sticking with us with the technical difficulties. I've done enough laps here tonight already to keep my legs active at least throughout the hockey game. But just some beautiful stuff there from Shayna to start us off, and obviously the big reason why we're doing things tonight. So huge shout out, and of course Shayna and Dustin and Ange over at Town & Country, a big reason why we're involved here tonight. Lights come back on, and we're getting closer to doing this, partner.
Yeah, it was a nice little start here. Some technical difficulties, like you said, but we're all ready to go.
Alright, well there you go, the props for Canada, and Patrick, let's put the technical difficulties behind us tonight. I'm going to shake your hand, let's have a good show. Let's get this going, friends. The RMAA U15A Renegades against the Colorado Rockies, live from the Pete Knight Memorial Arena in Crossfield, Alberta this evening. Tyson Dolynny alongside Patrick Phillips here on Dolynny TV. Glad to have you along, as this is going to be one heck of a game. I think the one thing that I don't know if I remember from last year, you can see the stripes on the officials tonight. They're out there wearing purple stripes alongside the black. I think that's a nice little extra touch that we didn't have last year, and if we didn't have last year, memory's not serving me correct, my apologies. But Patrick, just we're going to have the ceremonial puck drop here, and going to just carry away with this here.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful ceremony so far. Some light shows, like you said. The refs with the purple uniforms tonight as well. It's packed to Pete purple, and a lot of purple in the stands and on the ice tonight. Fantastic to see.
Well, and I know as well it's been a cold day inside the Pete Knight Memorial Arena, so a lot of folks with the purple underneath the heavy jacket. It's a nice day down here in southern Alberta, but we're just getting back to hockey season here, and Obviously, that means the cold rinks, something I know our technical director was talking about. Reminds him of Killam, Alberta this evening.
Well, it's warmer than last year, so I'm grateful for that.
Yes, our cameraman Troy last year froze his hands right to having to take Sunday off, I believe. So I think we're just introducing the players right now here in-house. Patrick, one thing that maybe you'll be able to watch back a little bit more when we upload the file of this to YouTube is, you know, we had a pregame show this year. We've had, you know, a lot of opportunity to sit and think on what went right, what went wrong last year. And I think I'm really excited, hopefully, as long as the internet holds steady, for us to really enjoy a hockey game and maybe show back home what this night is all really about.
Well, it's a special night to be at, and to have this opportunity to share it with all of you and spread the message. You can't really put it into words, but it's a special event, and I'm glad you guys can all join. Tyson and I and the whole crew here doing a fantastic job so far, dealing with technical difficulties, giving us some great coverage here to start this game. It's going to be a fantastic night. Can't wait to get this one started.
I believe from the Mountain View Emergency Shelter Society representatives here at tonight's game. One thing I do want to touch on, for those of you watching back home in Cochrane tonight, the boys on the Cochrane side, there's a couple of purple stripes on the helmets, getting into the spirit of things as well, and I think we saw Red Deer do that as well last year. So just really, it is the special touches that make this game so special, and just such a privilege to be a part of.
And that purple stick tape as well. Love to see that.
Oh, look at you spotting the extra details that I'm missing. That's why I got you here tonight, bud. Thank you for being aboard. We're going to get into warm-up right now. I think Patrick happened with last year's team, but for Owen Helm, I'm talking of the kids that I was introduced to very early in the process simply because of who I knew that got me into the situation that was last year. I'll tell you, Owen Helm was the goaltender, starting goaltender for the U15A Renegades last year. And, you know, teacher strike happens this year, and all of a sudden he finds himself a plumber's assistant showing up on my counter. So life comes at you fast. A year later, you're working in the trades, and there ain't no mercy for it when it comes to your hockey career. But then you also have Cooper Snyder, who's linesing the game tonight. He was one of our interview subjects last year as we started the Pack-to-Pete process. And, I mean, a special opportunity for him to go out there and lines a game that he was a part of last season. So I think it's just kind of special to kind of just take a moment to appreciate kind of where, you know, last year's team ended up a little bit based on what I know, and that's as far as I can tell you. And just get geared up as we go through the next 3.5 minutes of warm-up.
Yeah. No, it's nice for the kids from year to year, even if you can't participate in the game again, to be a part of it in some fashion, keeping this tradition going. It's a fantastic cause, and to see this community coming together here tonight, it's really special. Can't wait to get this puck drop. We got 3 minutes to go, and I'm expecting a very heated battle tonight. I was saying in the pre, some kind of close rivalry like we have with the Oilers and Flames would be something really special for this fantastic event here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, I was hearing rumors that the RMAA squad got the better half of the Cochrane Rockies the last time out. These two teams faced each other this year. Again, I don't 100% know. I have no fact checking on that. I think as anybody that knows me over the past 2 weeks, I've been very focused on one primary issue in my life. We've got that solved. We had less than about 48 hours to turn around this live stream here today for you. So we're in it. We're ready to go. Fresh eyes, fresh perspective. Whatever happens, happens, and that's going to be the bet of it. Again, last year, I'd watched the U15A Renegades a lot more leading into Pack to P Purple. This year, new faces on the team, some newer. It works to the blue line. The Rockies will seal off the wall there, take possession over in that far corner. Another bump there, knocks the puck free. So far, fighting that puck a little bit here seems to be the case as we keep going inside the shot. Fired.
Fantastic save, yeah.
Nails that one away. Here coming back, the Renegades will tap it into possession. We still don't have a whistle here. 17:46 to go as things roll on uninterrupted after that offside. As we've got the puck inside the near side corner Renegade zone, thrown out to the neutral zone. Both teams just content to feel out the process to begin tonight's hockey game. Renegades in control at their own blue line. Rockies offside, that'll hit a skate. Possession is taken in the neutral zone, no offside there. The Rockies again will try and reload. They're going to try and just fire it right down on Bieber. Knocked down by the Renegades defense, taken over at the far side blue line. Rockies fire another shot, blocked in front. And the Renegades will come up with it right in front of us here as it knocks out to the blue line. The Renegades trying to get going in a hurry. It'll be a backhand spinorama from the neutral zone. In on Swan, who covers as the line change completed. And with 17:02, it's a feel and out process, isn't it?
Yeah, some back and forth action here. The Rockies still looking for their first dangerous chance. A couple close ones for the Renegades, but we're still scoreless. Swan's been doing the Swan dive, swerves, whatever he needs to do so far to keep that puck out of the net.
Taken over behind the net there for the Rockies. It's number 17, Ethan Pollock, battling that puck, freed up right in front of the net for a chance, but neither team could really handle it. As the shot from the point there will be blocked in front into the equipment. Knocked down right in the puck, squirts free of the right pad of Swan. And the Rockies will move out into the neutral zone. Knocked back in there into Renegades territory. Chasing after it, Matthew Rothumio got it free there for the Rockies, and that'll go now back inside that far side corner Renegade zone as the Rockies continue to pressure and turn over pucks here, and they will. I was going to say, or at least try to, as I thought that was going to be a board battle, but a nice steal and a shot attempt there from Layden. Goes wide of the net. It's tapped down by Walkos, and it goes around to Layden again. The Rockies cooking inside the Renegade zone here as here's Walkos again. A shot fired. Save made by Bieber in the glove. Held for the whistle. And we'll have a stoppage in play here. What have we got on the clock? I keep looking at the time. There's a clock at the other side. 15:59 to go here in the first period of play.
Yeah, nice shot there, and good save by Bieber to grab that puck from the blue line. Found its way to him, but the glove hand was there.
We'll have the face-off now between Fleming and Laursen for the Rockies. We're trying to figure something out. The goaltender, I think we've got a change here. Something's wrong with probably Swan's equipment, I'm going to say, as Wesley Bosch takes over in net for the Rockies. Quick change there, and like I said, likely an equipment issue this early in the game.
I believe it was. I saw him playing with his pad there at the last whistle down in the zone.
All right, well, there we go. So off to the bench, Swan is. The battle is in that near side corner inside the Rockies zone. They'll work out quickly up the ice and moving with speed. There comes Shillington.
Oh!
Unreal.
A sneaky snap there from the Rockies, and they take a 1-0 lead.
I mean, just look at this movement up the ice and just a snap from right in that slot area off the dot. What a beautiful rip. And with, 4.5 gone, we have a 1-0 game for the Cochrane Rockies as we currently stand for the face-off at center ice.
It was a really deceptive shot. Fantastic release. I just don't think Bieber knew where that one was coming.
Well, now the Rockies force it down deep immediately after the face-off into the Renegade zone. Renegades miss a pass in the neutral zone. It'll go chasing down all the way for an icing. Quickly there, the Rockies had it all the way. And now
not to be, so we got another face-off here outside the Rockies' blue line.
all right, well, Patrick, it looks like we're still fighting technical difficulties here, but at least the internet's starting to figure itself out little by little. Again, want to give a huge shout out to Trevor Van Marion for getting us going here on the broadcast tonight. Battling in this near side corner now, the Rockies chasing the puck around as the Renegades desperately trying to get it going up ice here in a hurry after giving up the opening goal of the game. Rockies turn it over, jumps off their stick. Renegades will go behind Beaver as they'll try to look for the pass to the far side and exit the zone. A turnover instead, and the Rockies just can't connect on the pass to get it down towards that slot area. Moving it here, another check along the boards will turn over a puck, but great play by the Renegades under pressure to just make sure it got far enough for an open stick, and the Rockies turn it over at the blue line and fire it back in just like that. Like I said, it is a 1-0 score on a great play for the Cochrane Rockies that got it going. That said, we're still very much so in that feeling out process here, now 6 minutes into this first period. The Rockies, a great defensive play there. That was William Prokopchuk doing the work to make sure that puck got going the right direction for his squad. Be fired into the Renegade zone. Will it have enough legs to reach Beaver? He's going to have to fake the move and allow his defenseman Liam Havens to take over behind the net. The turnover at the blue line, forced now to the far side corner by the Rockies. Will be moved there by the RMAA Renegades on a quick flip, and that's going to touch netting. And there you have it, Patrick. Again, both teams still just slightly battling the puck, and I think you can see along the boards there's spots of snow on the dasher there, that yellow dasher, and I wonder if that's what's kind of playing the mystery that both teams are trying to figure out this puck early on in this one.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get that figured out as we go along here. Just noticing it looks like Swan has returned between the pipes there for the Rockies, so good to see him back. He's made some big saves already tonight for Cochrane.
Well, here we go. The Rockies will again cycle it down low. Right onto a Renegade stick. The reverse there from the Renegades will come to the near side boards. Rockies first one on it. And that's great work there again from Kate Hauk of the Rockies to make sure this puck keeps going. And they're going to try and run the same play again. Both teams, like I said, trying to figure out what's going to work for each other and against each other here tonight. They just want to turn over again, and the Rockies just content on that shift. The Renegades came to the far side here on the camera view. I guess that's the fact. We're reversed compared to what you're seeing on the broadcast. But, yeah, they kept coming to our side here and just couldn't quite get it past the Rockies' forecheck. And the Rockies 3-4 times on that shift just forced it down low.
Yeah, the Rockies with some offensive zone time, but not being able to generate much from it at this point, aside from the early goal.
Well, the Renegades will snap it into Rockies territory. Swan looking behind his right shoulder as that puck rolled around the boards. The Renegades, they're offside. Everybody on the ice yelling as the Renegades just kind of see the Rockies take advantage of that. And a little tip pass through the neutral zone there will start them away as walking into the zone again is Oren Glazer. This one, near side boards. On our side, I guess that's reversed. I'm going to have to try and dial that in. A little bit of contact here at the blue line, and the Rockies will once again dump it into that corner against the Renegades. Recovery here. Puck misses the pass there, and it'll go eluding out into the Rockies territory. And this puck is just kind of hopping up on edge and just missing sticks. I am telling you, both teams fighting it here early on. The shot into the zone there by the Rockies. Recovering for the Renegades is Ruben Spady. Puck comes into the middle of the ice and it hits a skate of the Renegades. They're able to, after a little bit of duress, get it out and across the line. They'll fire a shot right off the blade of Caleb Walkos. They'll go in behind the net here to the far side. Renegades in possession inside the Rocky zone, trying to generate a little bit of zone time of their own. Nice little steal there. They'll come back the other way for the Rockies across the blue line into the Renegades territory. Far side corner on our view. As that's a big hit attempt, just pushing the man off the puck, and that puck comes out in front. And that had you jumping. You thought something was going to happen there, and I like that. That was a solid little play there from the Rockies to force that puck in front after wrapping behind the net. Battle along the boards there. Rockies at the blue line here. Pass to the middle of the ice. Misses there. A stick lift and a couple of them. Turns the puck back over in favor of the Rockies. Mason Cooper fires it around the end wall, and this has been the success of the Rockies, playing down deep inside the Renegades territory. A missed pass at the blue line will force them back into their own zone for Cochrane. That allows those tired skaters on the Renegades side to get a breather in the line change. And the puck up ice on the turnover at the blue line. The Rockies again with a couple big blocks early on in this game, at least to start on the shots from the Renegades. And that prevented a good look to the front of the net. Renegades in behind the net here. Pass to the middle of the ice, cut off by the Rockies. Forcing it back to the blue line is Lima. Back down goes Havens. The puck at the blue line. I'm seeing a lot of purple all of a sudden there. Linesman, Renegades player in the same vicinity. And man, that you swear is the theme tonight.
Well, we're packing the pea purple tonight. Sticks, gloves, fans. We got purple hair in the stands, purple toques, some nice shirts from the broadcast crew. It's purple everywhere, and we're loving it.
Well, here we go in support of Kirsten's Place here this evening on the Dolynny TV broadcast. The Rockies are back underway, fired inside the Renegades zone. Back behind Beaver. Carrying there is Caleb Pick. We'll go back, reverse to that corner on our side of the broadcast. As it's a battle along the wall, 3 Rockies in to support that puck rather quickly, and they're going to come up with it as again they just force it right in behind that net. And the Rockies playing a very pesky game here for the Renegades to defend. You just keep chipping it down low and doing exactly what they've done. Eventually one of those pucks they fire out towards the crease front will find the back of the net is what it looks like the game plan is. Taken over is Matthew Rofrumio. He was able to get it off to the defenseman. Down low it goes to the far side corner. Probably our biggest collision of the game right there. Shatters a stick. Defender for the Renegades, number 11, Caleb Pick without a stick. And this one's going to go back, fired in by the Renegades, number 14, Ethan Lima. A change, and well, that's going to be Pick going down to the dressing room to grab another game. Official quickly tosses the stick into the bench. Icing call against the Rockies. And else there, that broken stick.
It was a fantastic clear by his teammates to help him out. We would have had a little 5-on-4 situation there. No power plays in this game as of, but they managed to elude a short man advantage there.
8:42 to go in the first period of play. The puck inside the Rockies zone. Turned back at the blue line, down deep into the far side corner. Near side on the broadcast angle as it's back behind the net here. Picked up by Cale Earl. Trying to work out in front. That's not going to play. And the Rockies are going to come away with it down the right wing here. Firing the shot into Renegades territory. The puck behind the net again. Squirts free in front to the side. Beaver with the pad down. Prevented that from going anywhere dangerous. Now a puck to the middle again. And that's exactly the Rockies' MO here early on in the first 12 minutes. Get that puck low. Find a man open in front. Hopefully cash it in. Puck now. Worked there by the Renegades. They're unable to get back through the neutral because of the back check pressure of the Rockies. A shot from the outside. Beaver handles it. Hits him up high. Goes down off the ice. Renegades take over. That puck eludes the defender, and it'll be taken over now by Tucker Herbert, who will just skate off the back of the net. That was a very creative play just to elude the defender. Again, that's exactly like I'm saying. The Rockies have lived down there in these first 12 minutes of this hockey game, and a play that we haven't seen to start this game eludes the attacker for the Rockies and escapes the zone for the Renegades.
Some fast and definite chances there for the Rockies, and yeah, like you said, the chances just eluding them right now, but if they keep up that kind of pressure, we may see their lead extended.
Not a great shot there from Tyson Fleming. Set up by Tucker Herbert. The pressure was still on for a brief moment. Now escaping the zone, the Rockies. going through the neutral, forced to the outside along the near side camera view. It'll be behind the net again. Here's two Rockies quickly in on the defense of the Renegades. Skating hard towards the net. The Rockies were able to get a bounce. Is that the only purple helmet in the game?
Oh, what a beautiful goal there for the Rockies. They take a 2-0 lead.
There you have it.
That offensive zone pressure finally pays off here.
And a puck settles on a stick, and a shot immediately after leads to a goal. It's kind of the story of the game so far. I think if the puck wants to be your friend for a split second, you're going to have a good chance to get things going. And the Rockies, well, they've had a little bit of puck luck. I wouldn't say puck luck. It's well earned.
It's well earned. Well, yeah, you could see that one coming. The chances they were getting, and just like we said, just eluding them, but a fantastic chance there.
And how about that? A shot from the slot. There you go. Puck settles on a stick, eh?
One for the Renegades there for sure.
All right, here we go. Behind the net, the Renegades continue to control, battling, and now the Renegades trying to adapt that little bit of play style from the Rockies as they fire the point shot. Battle in front. Oh, just missing the tap in there in the near side of the net. The puck back to the blue line. Backing off the blue line, though, was number 6, Ruben Spady, making sure that the Rockies, if they got a bounce there at the blue line, could defend that one in time. The Rockies trying to work out of their own zone. Again, up the ice. Here it comes. Backhanded down low behind the net. Inside Renegades territory. Quickly, Spady speeds around behind. Wraps it up to that wall, and they'll get into the neutral zone, and the Renegades are away with an attack. Limited numbers, though. The shot, it comes no matter what. Cale Earl gets in there, release that puck, but able to get the shot away nonetheless. And the Renegades suddenly starting to, get their game going here a little bit, but an offside will slow them down with 5:15 to go in the first period of play.
Well, I think that second Rockies goal really gave them a boost of, let's get it going here. And we've seen some of that action from the Renegades here over the last couple of minutes that we saw early in this hockey game before the Rockies picked up a couple to take a 2-0 lead. But the Renegades trying to fight their way back, I can hear.
And the Rockies, there you have it. Again, that puck bounced around all over the place. Never really a clear direction where that one was going. Pinballed a couple of times. Ended up on Austin Bieber. He covers up just in time to evade a couple of sticks whacking away in the crease. Now we'll have to face off to the left of the goaltender for the Renegades here inside Renegades territory. This one back by the Rockies. A nice little hit right there, just erasing the player from the play, allowing the Renegades to, prolong that battle behind the net. The Rockies come up with it again. Puck forced to the middle, goes up off of a player. It'll be wrapped back around, down low by the Rockies. And I'm loving this. I mean, at the U15A level, it's sometimes hard to see what a game plan executed looks like, but the Rockies here are executing it flawlessly and pretty much confidently throughout this first period here against the Renegades. Big hit there. Both players kind of worse for wear after that one. Losing an edge over there, the Renegades. And the Rockies forced it back up into the slot area. Couldn't get that pass through, and the Renegades away with it, trying to bust through the defense of the Rockies, who will in turn get it going back inside RMAA territory. This one slopped out off the wall. The Renegades battling it. The Rockies able to win that one. That was Mason Cooper firing it right up high off a Renegades player at the blue line. Forced out of the zone, dumped back in. And this one's going to come near side corner again, and it is just incredible. Like Patrick, I keep telling it, but the Rockies on this side where we're standing continue to send 2 players in support every time there's a 50-50 puck.
The ice is tilted right now, no doubt about it. The Rockies have had fantastic offensive zone pressure, but we got one coming here for the Renegades.
Down the left wing into the zone. That's not going to work as the Rockies again quickly turn it back and coming back. Sawyer Layden. The shot off Bieber. Hits him up high. Tapped in by Layden. That one, again, we've seen the puck pinball. It pinballs around. And, well, the shot ends up in the back of the net for Layden, who increases the lead to 3-0 for the Cochrane Rockies.
You got to feel for Austin Bieber there. That puck was, like you said, was just pinballing all over. Bounces right back onto a Rocky stick, and they take a commanding 3-0 lead here in the first with 3:20 to go.
Well, here off the face-off, the Renegades drive it right in, and saved by
they
Swan.
get it! All right. We got a game here. The Renegades bury a rebound. It's 3-1.
I mean, I got to credit those. Swan made an absolute 10-beller.
Absolutely.
That first save before the tap in the crease was unbelievable. But as you said, it's a game now, 3-1. I was going to make the comment, didn't have time because of the way it played out. 3-0, maybe in a game like this with the emotionally dangerous lead for the Rockies. And here's another opportunity for the Renegades. Fired up over top. Another shot from the outside, fired off the pads of Swan on the blocked rebound. Rockies kick it free. Renegades going to quickly pick it up inside Rockies territory. This one battling along the wall camera side. Picked up now by number 14, Ethan Lima. He takes hard contact. There will be a call up on the ice. And with 2:42 to go, it looks like we're going to have a penalty against the Colorado Rockies.
We got Maxwell Pretty head to the family box here.
This is the age where the players start getting a little bit animated in there. I'm not meaning it in a necessarily bad way. They, they just have a little bit of fun with, if you know somebody in the crowd, they come see you, kind of laugh with you and at you a little bit. And now, well, for the Renegades, it's an opportunity nonetheless to try and take this one to a 3-2 game here in the next 2 minutes if they can cash one.
Well, I see Pretty carrying the C on his chest there, so the Rockies will try and kill one for their captain here.
The Renegades do well, win the face-off, fire the shot towards the net. It's up high off of Swan's blocker and glove. Back to the blue line, picking it up there. Kamloff fires the shot from the point. It goes wide of the net. You can see a little bit of a shake of his head there on that shot, knowing, hey, I hit the net there. There's a chance somebody's sniffing for a rebound. Kamloff across the line, immediately right back into the action. Fires it off the end wall, picking it up at the far side. The Renegades fire the shot towards the net, blocks off of a Rockies player in front. The feed to the middle is blocked by the Rockies and subsequently fired the length of the ice. Picked up here. The Renegades will reload the attack to the far side boards. The tip play was on to try and get Tucker Herbert going in a hurry. Didn't pan out. The Renegades will load up. Here's Jason Schwant. Schwant will fire it off the near side wall in front of the benches and fire it all the way down. Didn't gain center. It's an icing call.
Yeah, you don't like to see that on the power play there for the Renegades, but hopefully they can get a big face-off win and get back on the attack there. 1 minute and 2 left in the power play. A goal here would be massive for the Renegades. Get them back within 1 here before the end of the first.
Puck now dropped. It'll be won by the Cochrane side. The battle goes into that corner on our side. It'll be worked out by the Renegades rather quickly, loading up Herbert across the blue line, dishes off. The shot loaded up there for Harlan Tax. Ultimately comes from the number 16 Hawk and Mater, and we'll have a face-off inside the Rockies territory with $1:27 to go here in the first period of play.
Nice little glove sleeve there from Swan. He's had that glove put to the test so far here tonight.
Oh, there you have it. The Renegades able to keep it in. The shot fired off a boot, goes into the corner. Quickly back to the blue line. That's Mater. He'll evade the man at the blue line, make a move, try and find a pass. That puck's going to bounce off the boards and out of the zone. They've got 23 seconds to work with, do the Renegades, on this 5-on-4 power play. Puck dumped into that corner and fired back out into the neutral territory. Grabs the puck, dancing around a defender, through a couple. The puck bounces there. The shot from Herbert.
Oh, they get the rebound.
But Cole Watson scores nonetheless. And with 2 seconds to go on the power play, the Renegades bring it within 1.
Well, we said this power play was massive, and the Renegades take full advantage just in the nick of time. I said we had a game after the first goal. We definitely have a hockey game now. 3-2 Rockies, 43 seconds to go in the first.
Well, that 3-0 lead, I had a feeling I needed to mention how that's a dangerous lead. It's evaporated to 3-2, and the Rockies now find themselves inside their own zone. This one's going to tip back to the blue line. The Renegades, again, backing off the blue line just because of the nature of that area. Spady was able to cover it and just get it back into a safer, controlled environment for the Renegades in the neutral zone. 16 seconds to go here in this first period of play. Spady will fire it down off the end wall. The Renegades full press here to try and come up with a puck. Within the last seconds, the puck at the blue line. The Renegades tapping the shot coming. It dies off the stick, and the first period will run out here in a 3-2 Cochrane Rockies lead over top of the RMAA. Renegades impact the Pete Purple this evening.
Well, we've seen it all already tonight. A 3-0 lead for the Rockies evaporates. It's a 3-day, some fantastic goaltending, some beautiful goals, hard work from both teams. I said off the top it'd be a nice rivalry, and so far it looks like we have just that. Should be a fantastic final 40 minutes here tonight.
Well, and I'll credit this, right? We quickly identified there was a little bit of a feeling out process happening. Good on us. I mean, last year it was a goaltending duel right out of the gates, right? So there was a different story to begin this game. And then the Rockies there really for several minutes in a row started just shift after shift inside the Renegade zone on our side of the ice. Support, fire it down low. And they started then slowly churning pucks in front of the net. You know, they jumped out to a 3-0 lead. But as you said, that 2-0 goal kind of started the Renegades game. The Rockies ultimately get the 3-0 goal, but that wasn't the end of the story as the Renegades come roaring back in the final few minutes to make it 3-2. And now we find ourselves waiting for the inside. Check the program here, friends. This is, I believe, the same schedule as we had last year. We're going to have the ice cleaned, and then we're going to have a live auction with auctioneer Ryan Doran. Up for auction this evening here at the game is a Red Deer Rebels box that seats 12 for December 16th, the game against the Brandon Wheat Kings. It includes, like I said, 12 tickets. That's a heck of a thing to bid on. And we saw what happened with the jersey auction last year. This year, choosing to go a different route. And it's going to be exciting. That was one of the highlights, right? Anytime in small town Alberta you can watch a live auction, giddy up, let's go. All right, our camera crew, I want to say, doing a fantastic job here on the broadcast. Again, for those of you watching back home, hanging tough with us on what's been a tough night battling the internet, as it always is in Crossfield. I'll tell you, these old barns do not come equipped with giddy up and get going live technology. So we make of it what we will, and I want to say to Trevor Van Marion for allowing us the use of the internet provided by him. It's been an absolute fantastic game so far to broadcast, and thankful to be able to get it live in some capacity on the internet here tonight for you on Dolynny TV. I just want to say quickly, I've got another little extra shout out there to Titan Land Services associated with Trevor in making this happen for us tonight, Patrick. I think, you know, after a period of hockey, right, we've seen all the excitement. We saw the stands fill up. We saw the rim around the Renegade zone fill up in the first. How nice is this to take something like this in?
Oh, it's been an amazing experience so far tonight. I mean, it's enough. You don't pay to get in here, but you're getting your money's worth. It's fantastic entertainment value, a 3-2 battle, back and forth. What more could you ask for?
Well, and this is where, you know, like, this is small town Alberta at its core, right?
Absolutely.
Step up for the community, do something to make a difference. And, you know, for me, growing up in Cold Lake, there was a lot of opportunities like this as well. And, you know, to have been asked last year to do something like this, especially with an opportunity that this presents itself, again the year after. Absolutely unbelievable. And I know we keep talking about it, but again, an idea that was executed so beautifully last year, and this year again to make it happen. It's just fantastic to see, and it really is the power of community. I know that's what you talked about on the pregame show, and I just want to take from a perspective of somebody coming down here, just the impression that gives you of what Crossfield, Carstairs, Didsbury, and the surrounding area is all really about.
Well, it's special, right? Like, I'm in from Edmonton, and I go to the Oilers games and stuff, and you see the support, but for the level of hockey we're playing here, the crowd, you see people around the glass, filled it up. You got the stands full, purple everywhere. They're taking the full theme, running with it here tonight. It's just been an absolutely fantastic event to be involved in. So proud to see the communities coming together like they are. And like I said, you don't pay to get in here, but you're getting your money's worth. This has been full value, full entertainment, and the best part is we're only 20 minutes into it.
Well, that's where I'm getting the let's get off here and let the crew rest a few minutes. We've kept Caden on the camera a few too many minutes long. We'll let him go sit down. Patrick, we're back for the second shortly. All right, welcome back inside the Pete Knight Memorial Arena in Crossfield, Alberta. Friends, I'm Tyson Dolynny, joined alongside Patrick Phillips on a special Dolynny TV broadcast. It's Pack the Pete Purple 2025, a production of Lakeland Streaming Services in association with Riata Creek Scoreboards and the Oilers Fanatic. I want to give a huge shout out at this time. I said in the pregame we'd have plenty of people to get to. Tonight I want to get to Heavy Hockey Network. Great supporters of last year's event, putting out a lot of work on social media for us for it. And I just want to say again to this evening they've face off down. Lima quickly able to turn it back. He's going to go for a skate. Right in on the rush. The shot denied by Swan. Quickly swatted away by the deep.
Welcome change absolutely this year. To feel the warmth in the building and a little bit around you as well.
Well, I'll tell you, last year it was about -20. You know, that was something we mentioned was a little bit of that. And here's a turnover right in front. And that one, ooh, boy.
An
a good
incredible opportunity for the Renegades there. I thought we had a tied game.
Well, now the Renegades back inside their own zone here chasing. They'll be along the end wall. Both teams battling for that puck. The Renegades still can't get it out. And just as well as they did something behind the Rockies goal line, well, the Rockies will do it just the same. Out to center ice. The shot fired off the boards, bounced in. That's Harlan Tax, the first man in on that puck quickly for the Renegades. Battled off by the body check of the Rockies. Picked up now by the Renegades in the neutral. The Rockies will fire out. We're up 3-0 now, leading by a score of 3-2. That power play late proved crucial for the Renegades pushback. Into the near side corner on the broadcast view or on our broadcast side. Sorry, this is messing my mind right up. Sorry. A great idea in theory. Tyson can't handle it. The puck comes out in front, scrambling around in front, still loose. The backing away of the puck doesn't come up aces for the Renegades. Turned back by the Rockies into the far side corner and fired up off the glass and out to the blue line. The Rockies just, you know, they've been able to survive some of those weird pucks in front. And that's the big key right now. And there's another one. As those pucks, both teams insistent on firing the puck from below the goal line in front and seeing what happens so far in this game. And I will tell you, this game took a turn when the Renegades. We've seen this already in this game. Hard hit along the wall, 2 men into support. 3-man battle as a man stays out wide. That was Cale Earl looking for that puck to come free in the middle of the ice. Rockies enough juice on that puck to get it out along the near side wall. It'll be worked back in behind the goal line of the Renegades, and that's, again, this game so far has been played. Puck at the blue line of the Rockies on the Renegades clear. Backhanding it down inside Renegades territory. The Renegades will complete a change up front, and this one will load up an opportunity onside, and a great defensive play there by number 16, Caleb Wolkos of the Rockies to prevent an opportunity for Tucker Herbert.
Yeah, you saw the relief in Swan when he could cover that puck up. The Renegades have been all over the Rockies here. So many dangerous opportunities, and the battle continues here. We'll see if the Rockies can stop all Renegades so far.
Well, they've scored the last 2 goals. The Rockies will quickly work through 2 men to get down into Renegades territory. The puck looking like it's coming back to the blue line here. Can't see it. The linesman in the way. Hey, purple. Team of the night. That's all I'm seeing. The puck in behind the net. The Renegades zone. Puck to the blue line. A solid pass. And then another pass there to Liam Pennell. Almost freed up an opportunity in the middle. Pennell continues skating to the front of the net. Quickly on was Isaac Fote. Fote will spin, still with the puck. 1 knee down, gets it over to Pennell. Pennell throws it in front, and another opportunity there off a stick, jumbling up in front. The Renegades taking that first period playbook by the Rockies and turning it on its head and using it their advantage. This one off the wall, batted out into the neutral zone by Cochrane. It'll be picked up by the Renegades inside their own territory. Puck takes a hop after a little bit of a contested battle. It'll be the Rockies batting at it. I don't know if Bieber ever even touched that puck, truly, honestly. 13:57 to go here in this second period of play. The puck picked up by the the Renegades across the Rockies blue line. That one will bounce off the end wall. On it, Cade Howe. He'll get it back out to the neutral zone, and the Renegades will take over again. And here we go. Now all of a sudden you don't have those battles down low. We're getting back into what we saw in the first 3 minutes of that first period, as both teams maybe settling down a little bit. And you know, it's a 3-2 hockey game. The Rockies not trying to protect the lead, but here now the Renegades load up across the line. A solid block again for the Rockies. They have been all over this game with the body in front of the puck. And I'm saying, like, it's just one of those, you know, it seems like both teams just kind of getting into more of the trenches of what will be the rest of this. What do we got? 33 minutes to go in this hockey game.
Yeah, it's been a back and forth affair. Some nice hits thrown. Oscar Johansson, and we'll check there when the play was back in the Renegade zone. We got Swan batting that puck away. He's seen enough of those puck battles in front of him so far in this second period.
Ball picking this puck up. Mason McDougall will work it out for Arlo Trowbridge across the blue line for the Rockies. Gets it off the end wall, off the net, and now the Renegades had maybe what looked like a home run pass, just tip off the stick of Cole Watson and picked up by Swan, who will cover up and will just do this thing to his left in a matter of moments.
Yeah, probably wise not to take any chances right now with how the puck's been hopping around, and the Renegades have been extremely dangerous in front of the net.
And what I'll note again, I don't know if it'll translate necessarily on the broadcast as the Rockies win the face-off and move out to center ice, is the pad tape. The shot fired, steered wide of Bieber. The pad tape of Swan. Maybe, Patrick, if you want to fill me in on what's going on over there as I'll watch the play and see if anything develops here. This one. I can't even watch the play. That's the problem. This one's right along the stanchion that's in our way at the Renegades bench. That's why I threw it to you. I was hoping to kill some dead air. I couldn't talk about
I did not have a much better view than you did.
3-2, 11:48. When in doubt, make somebody else do it. That's usually my claim to fame. So either way, Beaver swallows up for a face-off cover. And
there was definitely some hockey going on in that corner. Nothing too dangerous, too crazy, but there was some hockey going on.
And I mean, maybe an official in the way there, not in the way of us. Trust me, the stanchion was the problem, as it is right now. But no, more so an official in the way there, making sure everything was continuing to move. And that's the big key at this level, right, is now all of a sudden it gets a little bit more trenchy sometimes. And the guys on the ice, you know, they'll take the advantage of that as they get a little older. And at the U15A level, we start seeing the first little bit of that because the physical contact comes into play large. The Renegades win a face-off, get out to the Rockies' blue line. Cochrane sees this one steered wide to Swan. Quickly on it. Well, that's laden for the Rockies. Seems, like I said, seems to be everywhere so far tonight. The Renegades tap it back to the blue line. Quickly off the wall. That was Hawk and Mater almost finding a streaking Liam Pennell up the middle for the Renegades. Just kind of casually floating to an area right there as this one will be chipped back into Renegades territory. This puck escapes Tyson Fleming. It's an icing call against the Renegades with 10:54 to go in this second period. And this is something I mentioned to you at the end of the first period when we signed off there for the intermission. It seems like this game is just moving faster than last year. And I'm not talking the ceremony stuff or the intermission stuff, just the physical game itself. And that, I think, is a huge credit to both teams kind of attacking that game plan early on and really not wasting much time getting into it, and maybe a lot of it to do with getting 5 goals on the board right out of the gate.
Oh, it's had fantastic flow, fantastic opportunities for both teams, and like you said, 5 goals already. We got a great hockey game going here tonight between two teams that want to put on a great show for a great cause.
And that's just the end of it. It is a big fundraiser night here. Pack the Pete Purple as the Renegades chip it into the far side corner, near side if you're watching on the camera feed. I guess whose eyes are we trusting here? As this one comes across the line now for the Rockies, off that far side wall. It was just a little shifty dump in really once already with the zone gain by the Rockies, to again set up that two-man support on the other side of the puck after it rims around the boards. 10:08 on the clock. The Renegades take over inside their own zone, officially halfway through. Sorry? Oh, okay. The shot scores. Well, I'm getting told that they changed their goalie, but no. The Renegades, Patrick, just tied the hockey game.
Well, the distractions, we just had it. It was fantastic play here. You're seeing it on the replay on the feed here. The Renegades, they've been all over it here in this second period, fighting all the way back from a 3-0 deficit. We are tied here in Crossfield.
Well, now, the distraction we're mentioning is we were being told that Shea Williamson had entered the game. Well, how about this? All 4 goaltenders, it appears, are officially in this game. It was earlier on, Bosch had taken over for about a minute and a half, just as Swan for the Rockies took care of an equipment issue. Well, now as we reach the middle part of the hockey game, officially the 10-minute mark of the second period, both goaltenders that started the game on the bench in the game. Now, both teams going with a change as across the line. This is a swatted puck, and we're going to have a call on the back official. And this will be a tripping call right there. And the Renegades will set up a power play. Ethan Pollock going to the box for the Rockies. So, I mean, hey, you know what? It's a big game, a special moment. And I think, you know, seeing that Bieber started the game for the Renegades and knowing that we talked with Shea Williamson in the pregame, I think it makes sense that now we've seen all 4 goalies involved. And again, I mean, there's no reason not to, and I'm a big fan of it's a special moment. Let's get everybody going. And in a 3-3 hockey game, we start all over again halfway through. The Renegades at their own blue line. Like I said, we're tied. Hey, what do you know? 3-goal lead continues to be.
Here, they got another fantastic opportunity to take the lead now.
Well, the Renegades, they're on it. They're on the power play for the next $1.34, and they're on that puck, winning the face-off and pushing it beyond that goal line. Exactly where both teams want to be tonight. The Rockies, however, cleared the length of the ice into Renegades territory, which will reset the power play. Working it there, Mader. Mader will get it over near side off the tape. Skating after it is Johansson. Works for the Rockies as they'll rim it out back to Mader inside the neutral territory. Dips into the Renegade zone briefly. A pass missed there at the blue line. Will go for icing. And you know what? I happen to remember a power play earlier in the game that had an icing on it, and then there was a result not too long after. So we'll see the Renegades as they get things going here inside their own zone with 1:01 on the power play. If they are about to truly turn the tide on this game and go chase their first lead of the hockey game. The Rockies, I don't think they're going away anytime soon though, Patrick.
Oh no, this game has been back and forth despite the rise in that 3-0 lead. Chances for both teams, this game is far from over, and right now we got a tie, so it's a clean slate for both teams. Should be a battle here, the final 28 minutes we got.
I'll tell you, when your penalty kill forces 2 power play icings in a row, that's proof in the pudding of what you're saying.
Yeah.
3-3, 8:15 to go in the second period. The battle, one off the face-off by the Renegades. The puck fired up through the middle, the shot right on. And you know, one thing I just thought about is we don't exactly have the TV timeout yet at this level, so that might be part of it. The shot fired. Oh, what a tip in front as Tax got a stick on it. And this one back to the blue line. The Renegades will fire the puck, blocked there to the far side. The shot from the outside doesn't go through, and then Tax loses his stick, and the puck keeps playing And that is a battle in front as Herbert goes down in a heap, but that continues a possession for the Renegades as the Rockies were unable to clear. And another attempt here will stay inside the zone. And just as we saw in the last power play, that Renegades power play heats up late off the blocker of Bosch. And the Renegades, just at the blue line as the man escapes the box. Ethan Pollock comes out and forces her. That goes in the glove, no problem there.
Well, Garrett Shillington taking an extra deep breath as he heads to the bench after that one. The puck going off him nearly past Bosch there, but a fortunate bounce for the Rockies.
Well, now we rock and roll a shot off of Bosch. The power play, like I mentioned a moment ago, now over. The shot loaded up. Save made by Williamson on that shot from distance. It bounces up off a couple of players' gloves in the air. No real hand pass indicated. It was just more so a puck bobbling around in the air for a brief moment. Battle along the end wall. The Rockies able to come away with possession for how long? Who knows? The shot directed towards the net. Save made, I think, a couple of times by Williamson, depending on how many other bounces that puck had that we couldn't see on that sequence.
Well, safe to say one way or the other, he's keeping that puck out of the net. As you said, all four goaltenders factoring into this hockey game. And despite the 6 goals scored so far tonight, all four goaltenders have been fantastic, delivering some big saves for both teams.
Over 3-3 with just about 6 minutes to go in the second period of play. The puck to the far side boards. Picked up there by the Rockies. It'll be worked now. The shot fired towards the net by the Rockies. It doesn't end up making its way through, but that secondary support to keep the puck alive. Works out as Cochrane tries to drift this one down low inside the Renegades zone. RMAA able to fight that one off. The U15A Renegades get it out in the neutral zone, but it's turned back, and then this puck just continues to bounce stick to stick to stick in the neutral zone before taking over control. The Renegades across the Rockies blue line. The puck back towards action, but the Renegades caught in a defensive line change creates an opportunity for the Rockies. Back the other way, the shot from the outside. Williamson gets caught up trying to catch that puck on the bobble, and it ends up in the back of the net. That is a tough goal right there. That shot, Williamson made the original save, just lost sight of where it had kind of gone to after that. And
well,
Patrick.
yeah. Well, we've seen both goalies trying to deal with pucks that are just bobbling, banging off some players' ankles, sticks, all over the place. So that's a tough one for them to give up. But the Rockies, they're grateful. They got the lead back here, 4-3, but we're far from done here tonight.
It has been an absolute doozy so far between the Renegades and Rockies here at Pack the Pea Purple 2025. The Renegades, they've had no problem responding here so far tonight. Once upon a time ago in the first period being down 3-0, only down 4-3 now. The Rockies full marks. You know, they lost the lead, go out there and get the lead back. That's the way to respond as the Renegades inside their own zone. Fired up that hard, big physical game out of either team yet. But a hit like that by Kalen Pick, does that start to become a little bit more prevalent as now both teams know you don't necessarily have time to just be bunkered down in the trenches. You've got less than 25 minutes to win this hockey game.
Well, the Rockies, as we said, saw their original lead evaporate here tonight, so bringing some physicality hopefully can turn this game a bit more in their favor, but the Renegades, they're not going in anywhere, and we got a fantastic 24 minutes here to go.
Well, the Renegades inside their own zone with that puck, able to get it out to the neutral zone, but following getting scored on and now again chasing the game, the Renegades are going to have to be careful to not get trapped in to just get it to the neutral zone. The Rockies doing a good job, obviously, working the puck in the neutral zone, getting it back in to the Renegade zone here on the last few sequences. This one picked up by Jason Schwant, and it'll be worked through the middle of the zone. The Renegades now looking to slow it down and find a controlled breakout. The Rockies, though, standing tall right at that blue line and making sure the Renegades kind of just stay where they are. That one will have a stoppage in play. It looks like an official picked something up, and I don't know where the hand signal was. I think we're going to have it here. 2 minutes for interference. So I think there was a play right along the benches here where one of the Renegades players just kind of gave an extra shove, and I'm not sure who's in the box there. I don't know if you caught a number going in.
I believe it was Shillington going to the box. I believe I saw number 18 there. Oh, no, 17. Ethan Pollock.
Oh, sorry, that's the Rockies. It's the RMAA squad. Hayden Kamla. There we go. We're all good.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
My bad. Yeah.
It's all good. As we get going here, this puck will be picked up now by the Renegades, chipped on the penalty kill, and the official just standing at the blue line there, kind of dodges around as both official and player try to find out where they're.
Should be a terrific final period between these two teams. We've seen a 3-0 lead for the Rockies. The Renegades coming all the way back, tying it up, and the Rockies up by 1, heading into the final frame.
That's your story from the Pete Knight Memorial Arena after 2 periods of play. I'm Tyson Dolynny. He's Patrick Phillips. Glad to have you aboard here on the broadcast. Of course, friends, if you're watching live, we have fighting the stars tonight, quite honestly. Didn't think I'd be saying that, but that's where we're at. Patrick, we're going to step aside, let the commercials play, and let our camera crew rest here as we enter the second intermission. Riata Creek Scoreboards, and yourself truly, the Oilers Fanatic. Like I said, want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's made this possible tonight. We really appreciate Trevor Van Marion's efforts to get the Starlink to work for us. I think at this point of the juncture, for those of you watching back home on the broadcast, I don't think it's going to get much better, but hopefully stay tuned, stick with us, and as the skies clear and maybe as the winds shift, things will work out for us nonetheless. Maybe next year we'll innovate a little bit more. I have an idea. Some of you might know what I'm thinking. 20 minutes to go to decide tonight's hockey game, however. 4-3 the score entering the third period for the Rockies, who at one time led this hockey game 3-0.
And to Tyson's point there, we're going to have a fantastic recording of this game, so if you weren't able to capture it in its entirety tonight, we will have one up tomorrow for you, but we'll do the best to deliver a solid final frame with the Rockies 3, the final 20 in the Pete the Puck battle. Pete, oh my jeez. I'm handing it back to Tyson.
At least we can laugh at ourselves. It's been a long night. It's been a long last 24, 48 hours. The Rockies in behind the goal line there, battling that puck. It was almost out of play, but it bounced off a stanchion. Starts away the Rockies back the other way, poked off a stick, tapped into the neutral zone by Cochrane, and it'll be picked up by RMAA inside their own territory. A swat at it. Bats the puck back inside Cochrane territory. 19-12 to go. Puck just squirts into the near side corner camera view. 18:30 to go in this third period. The puck tapped the wall. We'll watch the clock a little bit more. There's a big hit at the blue line. This one will be fired up and out of play. Thankfully on that side of the ice, not on our side. And with 18:19 to go, we'll have a stoppage, Patrick. I think you're going to see it. The RMA squad wants to win here, and they're going to push hard for it. And Cochrane, they're not going to go away quietly, even because of that.
Absolutely. And this event is called Pack the Pete Purple.
Well, like I said,
we're very confused after my last tangent to open this period.
Well, I just figured I'd let you laugh at yourself and we'd carry on and get to it when we get to it. We've gotten to it now. And hey, we've evaporated 2 minutes of this third period as both teams, well, they're going to see a change of possession here, and it's going to come back inside the Renegade zone. I'll be interested to see. There's another puck just fired at will towards the front of the net by the Rockies, and just kind of, looking for that bounce that has so often been the reason why we are where we are tonight. An offside ruled at the line, and we'll have a stoppage in play as the Lions official there, Cooper Schneider, blows the play dead. Face off just outside of Cochrane territory on the camera side. We've seen it cause chaos tonight. Another big shove there on Layden. Was able to free things up for the Renegades. Looking for this puck, something to do with it is Tucker Herbert. Eventually it just spills off his stick into the near side corner. Cochrane chips it again to the front of the net. And they're starting to do that a little bit more off the wall to the front instead of going behind here in this third period. It's battling kind of by the Zamboni exit, which, by the way, now we've got a different problem. There's large pillars that we can't see by. Either way, this one continues back the other way. The Renegades in the neutral zone, being turned back a couple of times, and now Mason McDougall's got a chance. The shot. Save made Che Williamson. A good-looking opportunity there for McDougall, turned aside as the Rockies had an opportunity to press for more. They'll do so again here, carrying 1-on-4. The shot directed wide to the left pad of Williamson. Back over to the neutral zone, takes a bounce off a Rocky skate inside Cochrane territory now. The icing negated because of said bounce. And the Rockies on a tap will get it into the RMAA zone. That puck waved off for icing, I guess just enough on it. And this one will battle here against the wall again. Cochrane very strong on this side, sending the support down the right wing. Picked up here by the Renegades, drifting it towards the blue line, and that's about all it will do as it becomes jumbled up in the neutral zone a couple times over, and Cochrane just spills it back inside Renegades territory. 15-12 to go, and my friend, this game just continues to evaporate on us here. The good times not lasting very long tonight, it seems, as this puck goes to the far side wall. The Rockies pressing here. The shot off of the neck protector, I think, of Williamson. Actually, that one was up high. Either caught just the collarbone protection or kind of that little plastic extra addition to the mask. The Rockies.
Right around the clavicle, as Jack Michaels would say.
Well, it's been a season of collarbones here in southern Alberta. Friends, if you're watching on the live stream, you and I both know we know somebody at this point of the year with a broken collarbone. Here's the Renegades loading up a shot block there by the Rockies, as they so often have done this evening. Back the other way quickly with speed, attacking the defense. A great play there by Hayden Kamlaw to keep him to the outside. Pressing there was Mason Cooper. This, however, is going to be a puck to that Zamboni entrance once more, and both teams tie it up in a battle there. Cochrane briefly won. The Renegades will come away with it. They'll fire it in behind the net to the far side boards and see if luck's any better over there for Oscar Johansson. It's not really, as the Rockies fire it back in near side corner on the broadcaster's point of view, as this one goes back to the blue line. The Rockies with the puck, they'll load up the point shot. They haven't really fired many point shots tonight, I don't feel. It's been a lot of work down low and from the boards, and eventually covered up by Che Williamson.
You can't blame them. The net front battles have been very fruitful for both teams tonight.
That much is very true here tonight. Both teams just working the end wall inside the opposition zone, and here's the Rockies looking to do it again. Cochrane unable to come up with that puck that time. They've been much more successful on our side than the far side. I will say that here in the first and third. The puck towards the net, quickly gathered up there by Garrett Shillington, and now a shot from distance. The Renegades haven't been afraid to fire the puck from the blue line tonight. That much is for sure. 13-16 to go here in this third period of play. A 4-3 score. The Rockies still lead. Cochrane, they have been in charge of this game for most of it. I feel like we were tied a good little while, but they were up 3-0, then 3-1, then 3-2, then it was 3-3, and now it's 4-3 for Cochrane here in this third period. The Renegades battling that puck against the wall. There's the Rockies coming up with a puck. Che Williamson quickly fought it off, but again escapes them on the cover, and it's the back of the net for the Rockies. 5-3.
Yeah, look, it was like Garrett Shillington, I believe. Sorry, number 8.
Ryder Lilly.
Ryder Lilly. I thought I saw the 18 there. Number 8, Ryder Lilly, gives the Rockies some breathing room. It's 5-3 with 12:48 to go, but nobody get up and leave. This game is far from over.
My thoughts exactly, partner. Well, the Renegades have come back from 1 down. They've come back from 2 down. Heck, they've come back from 3 down tonight. So is 2 really going to be all that much of a challenge? The next 12:38 will dictate. 5-3 the Rockies lead. It's inside their own zone now, as this puck's going to be fired to the far side boards. Picked up now by Spady. Spady will get it out into Rockies territory. Turn them back for the time being. A nifty little play right there by number 18, Isaac Fote, to try and fight that one, and it worked out as they get the shot on net and the cover from Wesley Bosch. So, I mean, hey, you know what? If you're going to drive and take a hit, make a play, prime example.
Absolutely, and the Renegades, they're in desperation time now, down 2 with 12 minutes to go. Back into it.
Well, it's one of those situations where, again, a big hit would turn the scales very quickly for the Renegades, but the Rockies on a stumble there, able to find possession, not for very long, as Cale Earl takes over control along the near side wall on the broadcast view. This puck squirts free to the blue line. There's a rare shot, like I've said, from the blue line for the Rockies. This one turned back around, and now the Renegades trying to escape. It'll be dragged out, and Jason Schwant fires it length of the ice for the clear. 11:40 to go here in this third period of play. 5-3's the score for Cochrane. puck wrapped around inside their own territory. The Renegades first one's on it. As time continues to evaporate and Pack the Pete Purple 2025's delivered one heck of a hockey game thus far. 11-20. Puck continues, as it has most of the night inside both zones. A bounce in front. Ooh, dangerous. Weird.
I thought that one was in, but from my angle, but clearly not. But
just
very close.
Weird direction of the puck by the Rockies to go right in front of the net with all that traffic there. Given what we've seen with the puck bouncing around tonight, that, however, doesn't benefit, like you said, you thought it did, the RMAA squad. Again, one of those pucks multiple times over finds the back of the net tonight, so doesn't there. And the clear will go all the way in for an icing with 10:43 to go. But it's exactly that the RMAA squad is going to need to turn the tide here tonight.
Well, we're definitely going to need to see the ice tilted toward the Rockies' way if the Renegades are going to fight their way back into this hockey game. They came back from a 3-0 deficit. They've got a 2-goal deficit here and 10 minutes and 38 seconds to make it happen.
Well, I will tell you, in Crossfield, the arena, the way of Wesley Bosch is north. The Renegades, they need to head north in a hurry as this game finishes up. I know it's time to head south right now out there across Alberta, right? It's getting cold, but the Renegades, they got to push north and keep it there the rest of the way home here if they want to have a chance to win this one down 2 as we approach the midway mark of the third period. Off the face-off, it's wrapped in there around the boards. The Rockies do just enough to keep it in for the time being. Now 3-men support for the Rockies, and it's going to work out in terms of the Renegades off a skate. Pushing towards the net. There's going to be an opportunity here to jam it. The Renegades did. Found a stick of the Rockies in the slot. And again, there's Tax bouncing it off the boards. The Rockies just can't seem to cleanly, like they have at times, get out of the zone here as this third period wears on. A big hit there by William Prokopchuk. Just kind of laid out the man, and here come the Rockies across the line, skating in the middle of the ice. The shot off the glove of Williamson. You'll love to see that right there. A big save to keep his team going. Opportunity Rockies again from the slot. Chop fired off of the body of Williamson. This one will go along the wall. The Rockies just content to keep that puck as southern facing as possible as the Renegades forced into an icing there. Bleeding chances as we go into the back half of this third period.
Well, we saw some slick moves there from Braden Matson, very close to getting another chance to put the Rockies up 6-3, and you have to think probably at this point a 6-3 lead would be insurmountable. So the Renegades grateful to get out of that one, and they'll continue to press here in the final 9 minutes.
Well, this puck's going to go to the far side boards, of my vantage point anyway. Again, I still continue to screw that up. Liam Pennell with a weird spin move at the blue line works out in his benefit. He just kind of lost that puck in translation, getting across the line, was still able to do exactly the effect he was going for nonetheless, and it causes a little bit of chaos as puck still bounced around at the blue line there a few moments, and the Renegades chased back into their own zone to pick up the puck. This one's going to be turned over by the Rockies. Pass to the middle just wasn't there, but there was a man open, that's for sure. Pennell's going to try and move up the middle. He can't do it. And this one's going to now go to the far side boards. The shot loading towards the middle. This will be picked up. Actually, once upon a time, pretty sure I called the game of Liam Pennell's in Vulcan, Alberta. This one's going to be knocked down. And now we're going to have a little bit of pushing and shoving here. And the referees will very quickly swap. The linesmen come to break everything up, and a Rockies player down in a heap on the ice.
And we got we got a penalty coming up here. Ruben Spady heading to the box for the Renegades.
Well, that was Sawyer Layden, like I said, who very early on through the mid part of this game was a big factor of where this game was going for the Rockies. Takes that contact there and obviously gets up slowly but heads to the bench. No worse for wear by the looks of staying on the bench. We'll have the face-off on the penalty kill with 8:22 to go here in this third period of play. Down to the Renegades inside their own zone.
An opportunity to go up by 3 once again.
I mean, if you get the kill here, just follow the theory. You get the kill here, you got 6:22 to go. You've just killed off a game-ending power play possibly, right? You give up the goal. It's, you know, we're talking about it ain't looking good territory. But you kill it off. You got 6:22 to go, 2 goals down. How impactful that would be for the momentum the rest of the way home, let me tell you. Face-off is down. The Rockies win it back to the blue line on a tap. The shot directed towards the net. As they begin to use the point shots more and more, as the Renegades collapsing a little bit more to protect what was the strength of the Rockies game earlier on in this one. The face-off will go to the right of Williamson. 8:14 to go here in this third period of play. All 4 goaltenders have seen action tonight in multiple roles, to be in fact, as this puck will come around now here to the near side. The Rockies pick it up. The shot, the pass to the blue line. The shot there from the blue line goes wide. And at this age, right, the players still finding that range from the blue line, and that's maybe a little bit of a hesitation sometimes to fire it. This allows the Renegades to exit the zone and speeding up the ice. I mean, just throwing on the afterburners, and a block there on the clearing attempt. Ethan Lima turned on the Jets and got going. The Rockies turned back for a good solid point. And it looks like that's actually been upgraded to a double minor.
Oh,
that's
really?
what the delay getting to the face-off was. So we missed that. My apologies there. So, I mean, especially now if you get this kill, down 2 with, you know, about 4 minutes to go, the momentum swing for the Renegades would be absolutely unbelievable. There is still a lot of digging in to be done here as the Renegades clear it all the way down to Bosch off his stick and blocker. Near side pass to the defender waiting, Braden Matson. It'll go now to the neutral zone. The Renegades tap it in, picked up there by Matthew Rothumio, and it'll come now in the middle of the ice. A blowing tire there by Tax leads to the Rockies pushing up ice, turned back by a good little defensive posture from the Renegades at their own blue line, and then a good stick following up that by Tax. The Rockies across the line looking for it. Stopped briefly, but get across nonetheless. Matson able to stick with it. The Renegades looking to clear this one. They will, and they've killed. By the time this puck at all reaches their own blue line, the Renegades will have killed half the penalty. 6:24 to go. As Ruben Spady nervously watches this one from the penalty box. The puck at the blue line, forced out by the Renegades, and again fired down, and you can feel the bench. We're right beside it, gaining that energy, shift after shift here on the penalty kill. Down 2, 6 to go. Third period, pack the P-Purple 2025. The Renegades inside their own zone, a connected pass at the blue line, and another chip down the ice. It'll go all the way behind the net here, and the Rockies will have to force this one back up the middle, and maybe an unforced error on that one by the Rockies. It's just a quick little tip of the stick there by Williamson to keep things playing as Pennell can't get it out of the blue line. A shot fired the net here with the point shots. Another shake of the head there on that shot. The shot fired towards the net, steered away by the stick of Williamson to the near side. Bounce off the boards, picked up again by the Rockies. Pass to the middle, that bounce doesn't work out, and the Renegades will fire it the length of the ice for the clear. And just like that, they've killed 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the double minor. Puck picked up by the Rockies in the neutral zone. Here we go, wall to wall as this one ends. And here we go inside the last 5 minutes of play. Patrick, we'll take a moment for you to talk here as the Rockies reset behind their own net. What are you seeing?
Well, we're not seeing too much from the Rockies attack-wise. A couple opportunities here for the Renegades. They had control of the puck in the offensive zone here, and a big save for the Rockies. I think the Rockies might just be content to kill the clock here on this double minor. 7 seconds to go. They almost have it done. We got 4:25 left on the regular clock. And it's gut check time for the Renegades. They need 2 massive goals here.
Well, as we said, you got 4 minutes that you had to kill to have a chance to win this game. That's a big old green check mark. The Renegades, do they have that late push in them as we go inside the final 4 minutes. The puck picked up by the Renegades in the slot. Backhand opportunity by Lima. Turned aside, I think, once, twice, maybe even 3 times as he tried to angle for that puck. This one's off the glass into the corner. The Rockies now with 3:45 on the clock, looking for a pass to the middle. It'll be blocked there by a great stick of Tyson Fleming. And the Renegades will see this one come around near side boards, battling still against the boards as this one's now worked out to the middle of pass again. Cut off by the Renegades, and here they come back the other way, loading up. Lima, does he have the jets to turn on this time? He's going to instead angle for the puck as the defender for the Rockies went in. 3:20 to go in the third period of play. Picked up the shot, fired towards the net, off the blocker of Bosch. Now into that stanchion blocking viewing area here on the broadcast. Picked up at center ice by the captain, Maxwell Purdy, for the Rockies. It'll be fired in off the glove, knocked down there by Liam Havens. Havens off the boards, back to the blue line, tapped in there by Herbert. This one off the end wall. It'll be over to the far side. That is Cale Earl. Puck off the side of the net. Jam shot there by Herbert. Can't find the back of the net. 2:44 to go here as this clock continues to wind down. The Renegades offside as that puck eluded them at the blue. Well, raises the hand. 2:30 to go here in this third period of play. The Rockies angle that puck free inside their own zone. Full line change here with 2 men pressing for the Renegades as it'll be fired off the end wall by the Rockies as they enter the zone. The Renegades quickly looking to push this one up ice. 2:15 to go in tonight's Pack the Pete Purple 2025. Patrick, let's bring this one home, shall we?
Absolutely. I think the Renegades probably looking to pull the goalie for the extra attacker here if they can get the offensive zone. But it's headed their way.
Does that have enough? Is there a hand up? That's nice and call. Well, do you do it now? Head coach Audrey Campbell has a decision to be made. The goaltender, Che Williamson, will remain, but is Campbell thinking maybe this is timeout time? No real indications there. Just looking things over. The face-off will take place uninterrupted inside the Rockies zone. To the left of Bosch, Spady fires the shot. Again, he was in the box for that double minor. His team bailed him out, and now trying to build momentum off it. The shot towards the net. There was a stick there. Tyson Fleming, I think Pennell just kind of directed it in his area, but it's Fleming unable to tap it home. A stop for Bosch with 1:44 to go. We still, no timeout, no empty net. The shot, loading here, the Renegades missed that one on the right side of Bosch to the near side boards. The Renegades elude a defender. Great play there to load up with a shot and just can't launch it is Tyson Fleming, as this one will go to the far side boards and off the wall. Picked up here, looking for it is Pennell. He's out there pushing, and he has been out there pushing in this third period. He's had some pivotal plays so far to keep this one where it's been. 1:12 to go in this third period of play. As time winding down on the Renegades, Che Williamson patiently watching, waiting. Now he'll possibly face an opportunity. Here's the Rockies. Fired across to the near side. The shot, and Williamson deep in his net, hugging that post. Makes a game-saving stop with 57.4 seconds to go.
Well, it's gut check time. Absolutely here for the Renegades. They got a lot of work to do and only 57 seconds to do it again. Let's see if we can have a thrilling finish here to close out Pack the Pete Purple 2025.
The face-off won by the Renegades to the far side, bounced off the boards. Now backhanded into the neutral zone. The Renegades with 45 seconds to go, bounce it across the Rockies line quickly there. That was Cade Houck to cut it off. The Rockies looking at an empty net for the Renegades as Che Williamson takes position on the bench with 30 seconds to go. Pucks across the blue line inside Rockies territory. That's offside. The Renegades don't touch it. It's going to be bobbled off the skates. And what a save there from Hawken Mader. He's had his stamp on this game for the Renegades, and maybe one of those that prevents a goal that makes a game insurmountable, especially where we're at. But at least, in the very least, it's a goal that is denied in the dying seconds of this one. Defending the net is Mater. Pile up along the end wall, and that will do it. It's a 5-3 final for the Rockies over top of the Renegades. Cochrane skates away with the second. Pack the Pete Purple here from the Pete Knight Memorial Arena in Crossfield. Patrick, I must say, the hard part for me to understand is maybe it's because we didn't freeze to death tonight, but this game evaporated faster than I think it at all even moved last year.
Oh, it was just flew by. It was fantastic battle between two teams, and you hate to see a team walk away with the loss tonight. The Renegades gave it all they had, battling back from a 3-0 deficit, but the Rockies push back, get the 5-3 victory here tonight. But I got to tell you, for the cause that we're all here for tonight, nobody walks away without a win tonight. Both teams fully embracing it as they shake hands here at center ice. Everyone should be very proud of the effort they put forth tonight. This was one terrific hockey game here in Crossfield tonight.
And friends, I'll remind you here watching on the broadcast right now, it's going to be much easier to go back tomorrow, rewatch it. I know the boys on the ice will be looking for the broadcast tonight. We'll try and hammer it out this evening if we have a chance, but what an opportunity for these guys to be a part of an absolutely memorable event. The work leading up to it, the opportunity to be, like I said, a part of something that means so much more to the community than just a hockey game. The Pete Knight Memorial Arena is not an empty arena night tonight, but on a night like tonight, you see the south side there towards the lobby completely filled with everybody standing against the glass. The stands are filled. Cochrane gets out here and comes for the game, and it's just another night where it's more than a game, like you're saying, and just a fantastic effort by the community to show up, show out, and do what we do best around here, which is make a difference.
Well, what an incredibly successful night for everyone. Like I said, everyone, players, staff, anyone involved with this beautiful story here tonight should be extremely proud. Congratulations to the Cochrane Rockies for picking up the win, but as they say in sports, everyone's a winner tonight.
And I'll say here as well, we've mentioned it throughout the broadcast, friends, for those of you hanging out here tonight, it looks like we're going to have a group photo. I think this is an absolutely awesome moment here at the end of the game. A heavily contested game, right? There was a lot of heavy battles along the boards behind the net between these two teams, and they're going to get the big old group photo coordinated here on our side. I think maybe Jackson's got the vantage point of that one for us on the camera. I'm seeing, looking. We've got back shots here as we gather everybody into a group at the blue line of the Renegades to begin the game and end the game. Patrick, the thank yous are endless here. For those of you that watch the broadcast, whether it be live tonight or whether it be on the replay tomorrow in its full entirety as recorded tonight, it takes a lot of support to make something like this happen. Obviously in support of a great cause, raising funds for Kirsten's Place and the Mountain View Emergency Shelter Society. But I mean, our thank yous run deep enough just to get on the air. Trevor Van Marion, first and foremost, for the opportunity for us to try and get the live broadcast going. Like I said, who knows what goes wrong here tonight. I don't know necessarily if it's something that, end of the day, it just didn't work out and we'll make up with it. But Trevor, thank you so much for the opportunity to get something on the air. That's very much appreciated. And I think to Dustin and Angie Helm for, again, getting me involved with this, alongside Shayna Snyder, allowing us to kind of get worked into the fabric of this second Pack the Pete Purple this year. Patrick, I know, right, it's a Dolynny TV broadcast, but that's where the Dolynny TV stops, right? This is an opportunity for us to step up for community, so that has nothing to do with us. But it's a production where, for our friend Dustin running the technical side, he gets an opportunity to, go out there and show what Lakeland Streaming Services is all about. again, it's only going to get better from here. I promise you that. And Dustin, you ran an excellent show tonight, and I can't wait for everybody to see that on the replay tomorrow morning. And really, it's just going to be an absolutely phenomenal adventure here for Lakeland Streaming Services. I think Riata Creek Scoreboard stepping up when we needed the most to make exactly what my vision for tonight's game was happen. And then I think as well, the friends along the way. We named Heavy Hockey a big supporter social media-wise for this event every single year. To you and your crew from there, that's a hats off there as well. And everybody else involved, I know it's been an absolutely electric lead up. It was an incredible game. And I think Amy and the organizing crew, again, another well done job. It's fantastic to see what this community is capable of. Fantastic to see hockey transcend and go and do the difference that this Pack the Pea Purple makes for the Mountain View Emergency Shelter Society in Kirsten's Place. And Patrick, really, I owe a lot of this to you, believing in me that this was a good idea to do last year, and allowing me the opportunity to have you alongside for a much improved broadcast this year.
Well, it was an honor and a privilege, my friend, to be a part of such a special event. As we've said a few times, community coming together, so many skilled people off the ice as well, organizing, doing the broadcast tonight. You've done a fantastic job of thanking everyone. The list is endless.
And that's the thing.
Yeah,
I've missed so many people. It's not even funny, but
yeah. If you were involved, you're appreciated. We love you, and we couldn't do it without you. And thank you for everyone for your understanding with the technical difficulties. As Tyson said, we'll have a great 2025.
I want to say as we close up shop here, everybody's vacating into the lobby. Patrick, I think we talked about Owen Helm and Cooper Schneider being kind of in some different facets here as we enter the second Pack the Pea Purple in 2025. I just want to mention our broadcast crew tonight. I mentioned Dustin running the technical for us, but we had two former RMAA Renegade players running camera for us here on the broadcast, and that's part of my hope is we can start establishing a little bit of a presence down here and getting some broadcasts going here on Dolynny TV. But to Silver, to Caden, to Jackson for stepping up, and when I came knocking for an opportunity to broadcast a hockey game, and the only thing I got was yes. When, where, and what are we doing? Absolutely, thank you so much for helping us out. It is so much appreciated, and I look forward to doing more with you guys soon. To Dustin Folds from Lakeland Media, I know I screwed that up in the recordings last night. Lakeland Streaming Services for doing what he's done to make this all happen. Again, he's the heavy lifting on this. Patrick, the editing, the time, the effort into graphics. Thank you again for that. And friends, this has been a Dolynny TV broadcast over to the Pack the Pea Purple 2025 at the Pete Knight Memorial Arena in Crossfield. I'm Tyson Dolynny. He's Patrick Phillips for Dustin Folds tonight. We wish you a great night. Thanks for being a part of an amazing event once again this year. Get home safe, and we'll talk to you hopefully again next year.